Welcome to the only predictions video this weekend, and that is because League 2 is the only league out of the three that have got a full schedule of fixtures going on this weekend. Well, an almost full schedule of fixtures, put it this way, as there's only 11 out of 12 games being played. But we're going to do a predictions video nonetheless, and we are starting things off in the first game with Barrow, and they host Newport County. Now, obviously, Newport County coming off the back of 2 wins, but going away to a Barrow side that are unbeaten in their last 4 matches, it's going to be a very tough game, and in my opinion, it's got draw written all over it. So I am going to go with a goal draw. I mean, there will be goals part of this equation, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Next up, it is Mansfield versus Colchester. Now, can Mansfield get a back-to-back win? Now, I think they will. I don't think Colchester are a very good side. They've getting a lot of draws recently, but I just think Mansfield can have a little bit too much for them, especially at the one call. I am going to go with a comfortable 2-0 win to the Stags. Next up, can Harrogate convert one of these draws into a win? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think both these sides have been pretty poor this season. I think Bradford especially, I watched them midweek and they looked terrible. Didn't even look in the game. As from a Harrogate point of view, I think they're getting better. Obviously, a couple more draws on there is good to see from their point of view. But I think they're going to get another one of them. I think they have to settle for a goalless 0-0 draw. A really boring one for both sets of fans. Now, next up, can Crewe bounce back and get themselves back into that automatic promotion race? Well, I think they will. I don't think we're in quite at the same level of quality. Obviously, that win against MK Dons definitely did a lot for their confidence, but they're not as good of a side as Crewe. Crewe are up where they are for a reason. Woolnorth are where they are for a reason. I think Crewe, especially at home, are going to have a little bit too much. I don't think it's going to be an absolute blowout, but I think Crewe are just going to edge this game and they're going to win 2-1. Next up, it is Grimsby, and can they continue this unbeaten record that they've been on? I think they might, I think that Grimsby are a decent side and Wrexham are very prone to one of these defeats. And I think especially as it's away from home, I think Wrexham are going to really struggle here. So I am predicting a Grimsby win. I'm going to go with a 2-0 home victory. Next up, can Morecambe stop this run of defeats that they've been on? I think they will. I think they're going to stop the run of defeats, but I don't think they're going to get back to it with a win. I think that it's going to be a very tight game. I think both sides are going to get a goal, but I don't think either side is going to be able to take all 3 points. So I think they're both going to have to settle for a point at the Matsuma. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Next up, can Notts County make it back-to-back wins? Well, I think they will. They face a fairly up-and-down Salford City side, and from what I saw from Notts County midweek, it would suggest that they're more than capable of doing this. Obviously, Salford did also get that win in midweek. So both teams are going to be coming into this in good spirits. I just think Notts County's quality is going to be a little bit too much for Salford. I think they're going to edge them out at home. I'm going to go with a 1-0 home win. Next up, believe is the word I'd use down at Gander Green Lane. As from a team that's come from absolutely nowhere, they look like they could have a chance of survival, especially with a huge win, that 6-point against Forest Green Rovers last time out. So, do you know what? I believe in this team. I think they have a shot at survival. I think if they're going to want to have any chance, they're going to have to win on Saturday. So I'm going to predict a 3-1 home win. As do you know what? I hope they survive, because what a story it would be if Sutton were able to stay up despite everything that's happened this season. They've definitely got the players to do it, and it's just whether they can get the results to match it. Accrington Stanley aren't a fantastic football side, so this isn't a ridiculous result. I think it is very possible, so like I say, I'm going to go with a 3-1 home win. Now, next up, this for me could potentially be the game of the match day. Both sides in form. Crawley have been unbelievable this season. I don't think anyone predicted them to be this high. I've seen, like I say it every single time, but from watching them against Stockport, they never say die attitude in that game. Even when they went behind fairly late on, they managed to find something to score that equaliser and send their home fans absolutely mental behind the goal. And I think that's what's going to carry them through the rest of this season. But like I said, this is going to be a 5-goal thriller in my opinion. I think it's going to be end-to-end stuff. A fantastic game for the neutral. But I am going to go with an away win. I'm going with a 3-2 Crawley win. In the penultimate game, now this is going to be another very good match in my opinion. Obviously Stockport just a 1 win out their last 5. MK Dons with the 3 wins and 2 losses. I do think MK Dons are a slightly better side. I think Stockport have just fallen off a little bit, and they need to be very careful now, because if they keep losing, or not losing, but if they keep dropping points, then they're going to slowly find themselves out of this automatic promotion spots. And I think it's concerning them at this moment in time, because at one point it looked like they were nailed on to be in League One next season, but that's not the case anymore. And I think that's going to be further worries going to creep in, as I think MK Dons are going to do a number on them. I can see MK Dons win this game, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win. Now, finally, it is Doncaster Rovers, and they take on Forest Green Rovers. A battle of the Rovers, as you could say. I think Doncaster are going to win this one, especially as they're at home at the Keep Moat. I just don't think Forest Green are that impressive. Obviously, they had the 2 wins, but losing to Sutton, a fellow relegation rival, is never what you need, especially at this point in the season. So I'm going to go with a fairly convincing 3-0 home win for Doncaster. And this could be the result that sees Forest Green just spiral and end up getting relegated. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And hopefully next one I'll be a little bit less ill and it'll be a bit better.